The Power of Compassion, a collection of lectures given by His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Translated by Geshe Thupten Jinpa. Read by Derek Jacobi. The text for this tape is taken from a series of lectures given by His Holiness the Dalai Lama in England. Contentment, Joy, and Living Well.
Concerned people have asked me to talk about certain subjects and about the best way to deal with the different situations of life. I will try to explain these things in such a way that ordinary people can see how to utilize their own potential in order to face unpleasant situations such as death, and also mental frustrations such as anger and hatred. I am a Buddhist, and my whole way of training is according to the Buddhist teaching, or Buddha Dharma. Although I speak from my own experience, I feel that no one has the right to impose his or her beliefs on another person. I will not propose to you that my way is best. The decision is up to you. If you find some point which may be suitable for you, then you can carry out experiments for yourself. If you find that it is of no use, then you can discard it. The basic fact is that all sentient beings, particularly human beings, want happiness, and do not want pain and suffering. On those grounds, we have every right to be happy and to use different methods or means to overcome suffering and to achieve happier lives. These methods, however, should not infringe on the rights of others, nor should they create more suffering for others. It is worthwhile to think seriously about the positive and negative consequences of these methods. You should be aware that there are differences between short-term and long-term interests and consequences. If there is a conflict between the short-term interest and the long-term interest is more important. Buddhists usually say that there is no absolute, and that everything is relative. So we must judge according to the circumstances. Our experiences and feelings are mainly related to our bodies and our minds. We know from our daily experience that mental happiness is beneficial. For instance, though two people may face the same kind of tragedy, one person may face it more easily than the other, due to his or her mental attitude. I believe that the idea that all human problems can be solved by machines or by matter is wrong. Of course, material facilities are extremely useful. At the same time, it is quite natural that all our problems cannot be solved by material facilities alone. In a material society, there is just as much mental unrest and frustration, if not more. This shows us that we are human beings, after all. We are not the product of machines, and our bodies are different from purely mechanical things. Therefore, we must think seriously about our own inner abilities and deeper values. I believe that if someone really wants a happy life, then it is very important to pursue both internal and external means. In other words, material development and mental development. One could also say spiritual development, but when I say spiritual, I do not necessarily mean any kind of religious faith. When I use the word spiritual, I mean basic human good qualities. These are human affection, a sense of involvement, honesty, discipline, and human intelligence properly guided by good motivation. We have all these things from birth. They do not come to us later in our lives. Religious faith, however, comes later. In this regard, I believe that there are two levels to the various religious teachings. On one level, religious teachings talk about God, or the Almighty, or, in Buddhism, about nirvana and the next life. Yet on a different level, all religious teachings and traditions teach us to be good human beings, to be warm-hearted people. These religious teachings simply strengthen the basic human good qualities which we have from birth. As humans, we all have the same human potential, unless there is some sort of retarded brain function. The wonderful human
Sample complete. Ready to continue?